Today I want to talk to you about how the PATH Act is going to affect your tax return and filing your tax returns. Um, the PATH Act, if you don't know what it is, it's the Protecting America from Tax Hike Act of 2015. It was enacted December 18, 2015. It contains more than 100 provisions, several of which changed the tax laws to the benefit of taxpayers and their families. It included 620 billion and tax reductions for families and businesses, extending specific tax provisions, and includes elements designed to protect Americans against identity theft and tax fraud. The new law requires issuers of W-2s, 1099 miscellaneous, and 1099-Rs to submit forms to the Social Security Administration no later than January 31st each year. It also gives the IRS more time to review tax returns with specific tax credits like the Earned Income Tax Credit or the Additional Child Tax Credit to compare Forms W-2 and 1099 from the payers against the individual tax returns. Here are some of the major provisions that are outlined in the PATH Act of 2015 that was implemented. They extended some and made some, permanent. You can find here, these are, some of the important ones here. You can find a full list of these at irs.gov. One of the most asked questions through our social media and website right now in the fall of 2017 is the PATH Act going to delay my refund in this coming year, 2018? The answer to that question is yes, it will affect your refund. It's going to be the same as it was in 2017. They implemented this new system in 2017 and put it to use, and it delayed refunds for people claiming the earned income tax credit and also the additional child tax credit. It prolonged people from getting their refund to begin processing their refunds until after February 15th. So you will see the same thing again this year. You can file whenever you'd like, after January 2nd, I think it is. As soon as TurboTax and online sites start, accepting returns, you can file, early. The thing is, you just won't be able to see your refund if you claim the earned income credit or the additional child tax credit. Those refunds will be delayed till the end of February. Once you've e-filed or submitted your tax return by paper to the IRS and you go to log in and you've got the message that your refund has been or your tax return has been received by the IRS, if you've got the earned income tax credit or the additional child tax credit, you're going to see a message something like this. This is the PATH Act message. This message is basically going to tell you this is your confirmation that the IRS has received your tax return, and after February 15th they will begin to start processing it. And they're estimating people to get, the last week they'll begin processing tax refunds the last week of February, as long as you file, a complete and accurate tax return, with all the information that's required. You could get your refund as soon as the last week of February, but a lot of people ask, in this past year, am I going to get my refund February 15th? No, you're not going to get your refund February 15th. Once February 15th comes, you'll get a updated status, and then you'll begin, your tax return will begin the processing stages from there on. On the night of February 15th, the IRS will have a major update for the majority of the early filers and the people that filed prior to February 15th with the earned income tax credit and the additional child tax credit. And this is the message that you'll see once your path message disappears. It'll on February 15th it'll update to this message here. Then from there on, you will go into your normal process of receiving, your one or two, and if you're lucky, a third bar. But this is where the processing on your return will begin. It would begin on February 15th. I hope this video can help clear up some of the confusion on how the PATH Act um, will affect your tax return and your tax refund. Um, you can still file your tax return, as normal. The sooner the better. But the best thing is to have patience and wait it out. If you're going to file early, you're going to still have to wait until towards the end of February before you start seeing direct deposit dates. It may even honestly be into March before you see direct deposit dates. Um, Now, people that file after February 15th, this will not affect your refunds at all. It'll be normal processing, from that day forward. So, if you do file after February 15th, it'll resume normal processing. There'll be no delays. Everything, the IRS will have all the forms in their, computer systems to match up with everybody's tax returns after February 15th.